guys, something just happened and I thought, I really wanted to share this with you because it was something I mentioned in the Q&A chat today, and I don't want anybody to buy this product. So what I mentioned and what I'm troubled about is that I mentioned the phone watch for kids, remember? And how I use it when my kids go out into the neighborhood and I can keep track of them, and I think that was really great. I want to make sure that you guys know I do not stand behind this brand. I don't like it. And after the conversation I had with the people at this company, I am furious, to say the least. Okay, so the brand is Precise Innovations. Now, I never do this. You know this, guys. You know I don't badmouth people, but I don't want you guys to invest money in a brand that isn't good. And so here it is. So the brand is Precise Innovations. There it is. It's the Caref, I don't even know if that's how you say it, GPS phone watch. Okay, this is one of those phone watches that you can program 2 or 3 numbers in. It was letting me text. Now, I got this in the summer, right before the summer for my kids, and we had been using a couple months, and I did like it. I did. And then all of a sudden, it just, first of all, the watch band broke. It's not a huge deal, right? It's a band. It was pretty durable. The band just broke. I could probably glue it or tape it or, be like that. But, the watch stopped working altogether. Okay, so it's the middle of winter. They don't, my kids don't go too far away. So it had been about a month or so. So when I was talking about it in the chat today, I thought, it got me thinking, oh gosh, I just need to do it. I need to call the company and tell them that it doesn't work and I need a new one. Now this has a monthly subscription. So I paid, you can pay anywhere from 10 to 20 bucks a month for how many texts and stuff you want. Okay, so I've been doing that and I have no problem continuing that. But, okay, so here's how it went down. I messaged the, I don't know if the company's going out of business or what. So I messaged them online, I had a conversation, and the man was just not helpful at all, okay? And again, it's a phone watch right here, phone watch. And he was not helpful. So I said, listen, I need to call somebody. I need to talk to somebody. So he called me. The problem I had is I said, listen, he goes, well, the band is broken. It doesn't matter if the watch. And I said, no, it doesn't have anything to do with the band. I'll fix the band, because they don't fix the band. Okay, so the user manual, this user manual that they print in the back says warranty information. Now, I just want to make sure I'm not being crazy. Warranty information, it says it is good for warranty for 1 year. 1 year. It says black and white in their user manual. And he says, we only have a warranty for 6 months. And I'm like, no, no, you don't. You don't. It says in your manual you have a year. You can't just change that. And he goes, nope, 6 months. I'm like, no. I was like steam coming out of the ears. I'm like, no, seriously, 1 year, you can't print that and change your mind. It's false advertising. He's like, I don't know what to tell you. He goes, but there goes my phone and I can't even see my phone. So sorry. So I was furious and I was like, listen, your warranty says it. And they go, well, the watch is broken, so we wouldn't fix it anyway, because we don't fix, we only replace. I go, but the watch doesn't work. Okay, so long story short, I argued with him and he said, go back to where you bought it. And I'm like, you're the manufacturer. I was like, ah. So I'm like, it says in your book you cannot print something and not stand behind it. Okay, so I'm like, I still wanted a watch like this, because the Philip ones from AT&T, I keep reading these reviews that the screen breaks really easily, and I'm like, oof, my boys would break that for sure. And this one seemed durable. Well, until this broke. Okay, so then So the guy literally wouldn't do anything. He's like, I'm sorry. I go, well, then cancel my service, of course, because I'm not going to pay per month for a watch that doesn't work. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, but I go, why won't you? Like, he literally refused. So the brightness at the end of the story, never buy this. That is the best. Let's see, without the light, don't buy this ever, ever, ever. Now, the silver lining to the whole story is that even though they wouldn't stand behind it, I actually purchased this from Zulily. I purchased it on Zulily 10 months ago, back in April, and 1 year warranty. So I called them because they said, go back to where you bought it. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. So I called Zulily and I said, Zulily, Miss Lily, here's what happened. And I gave her the situation, and she's like, oh, honey, you are kidding me. That is so rude. And I was like, I know, right, Denise? And so she's like, I can't believe they treated you like that. Why? And I have been with Zulily since the beginning, and she noticed that when you went in my account. She's like, oh, you're one of our first people for Zulily, and we appreciate that so much. And I was like, well, thanks, Denise. And so Denise listened. She sat real nice and listened to my story, just like you guys had to do. And she said, I can't believe they would do that. I cannot believe it. That's horrible customer service. What I'm going to do, honey, is I'm going to give you all the money back that you spent on the watch. We will credit you that back. And I'm going to give you an extra $10 just because that man was mean to you. I was like, what? So yeah, so she's like, all the money, but she goes, take the watch. She goes, play with it, stomp on it, let your kids, even if it doesn't work, let your kids play with it, whatever you want to, you do whatever, give that watch, donate it, whatever you want to do with that watch, you keep that watch. It doesn't work anyway, but you keep that. She goes, we're making it right for you. And I'm like a boss, Denise was at Zulily. And I love that. Okay, so now, the moral of the story that I was literally about to wash my hair. I literally had the shower on. I'm like, wash my hair. I was like, no, these people need to know not to buy this. I keep getting a reflection, not to buy this. And I couldn't, with good mind, think that I had mentioned the brand, and I didn't follow up with I knew you guys knew it was broken, but you didn't know how frustrating the company was. And so I literally got dressed again. I'm like, oh no, we're going live. And so I just wanted to tell you my situation with this watch. And Zulily saved the day, so I didn't have to like throat punch that man through the phone, because that's kind of what I wanted to do. And yeah, so now I don't think the Philip one is the right one, because like I said, I kept reading reviews that if you dropped it from like 2 feet, it would crack. I'm like, oh, why can't somebody make a better GPS phone for kids? Okay, but what I'm seeing here is the Apple Watch is what I need. But the problem is this a watch for the kids? I can't afford an Apple Watch. They're expensive, right? Because the kids' watches were only like $100, $150. I think the Apple Watch is, I don't know how much they are, but I think it will be a lot more. And then I would like hyperventilate if my kids broke an Apple Watch. So what I need people to do in this manufacturing world is to create a GPS phone watch that isn't $1 million, that is durable. I need to be able to drop it. I need to be able, like, you know, kids, I need it to be durable. I need it to be kid size. I need it to work. And I need the company not to be a bunch of assholes. Oh God, I said that. If your kids are watching, I am sorry. I try not to curse, but oh God, I'm sorry. But again, it was me wanting to throat punch them. Okay, so that's my thing, guys, is that I'm going to now try to find a new phone watch for the kids so that I don't have to be so frustrated with this one. And I want you to all tell everybody you know, do not buy this. I'm sure they're going out of business. Let's be honest about this. They have to be going out of business. They're going bankrupt or something, because for them to treat somebody that they don't know who is who like that is just horrible. So the Caref GPS watch, I don't care if you see it on eBay. I don't care if you see it on anywhere. Do not buy it, because it doesn't work and the company is horrible. So just don't do it, guys. Just don't buy this. I'm just going to say it again. Caref GPS phone, it's a bunch of crap, and the company sucks, and they're mean to you, and they're mean to me, and they don't want your business, and they don't want anybody's business, and they don't want to keep kids safe. And I said, you know, we weren't using, he goes, you should have reported it earlier. And I said, buddy, it's in the middle of winter, my kids don't go anywhere. He goes, you should know every day if that phone works. I'm like, why? You guys have a phone watch for kids that you recommend, tell me, and I will do it. But now I'm going to take some deep breaths. I will talk to you guys later if you have recommendations for a phone watch. Thanks everybody for watching and jumping on. Like I said, you want to subscribe to these live chats, because you never know when I'm going to jump on and just start losing it. Because clearly this is what happens. I was like, my son was upstairs watching TV. I'm like, you gotta be quiet. I gotta get on live. This has gotta happen. This is going down. So ridiculous. So everybody enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.